Okay, so let's get into this. Picture your morning, right? You're kind of stumbling into the kitchen. You flip the switch on the kettle, need that coffee, and boom, minutes later, boiling water.
Yeah, totally seamless.
Exactly. You barely even think about it. But like, have you ever really stopped and wondered where that specific power comes from? Is it coal or, natural gas, maybe wind?
Probably not, right? For most
Yeah.
people, it's just power. It's there.
We just assume someone somewhere has it all sorted out.
And that is the really interesting bit, isn't it? We live with this assumption, this massive invisible infrastructure just humming away.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Completely. But the deeper you dig, you realize that assumption. It's maybe not quite solid. This isn't just, keeping the lights on. It's about something really fundamental, this challenge we call the energy trilemma.
Right, the trilemma. You mentioned this before, so for people trying to visualize it, what are those three corners again?
Okay, think of a triangle. Each point is a goal we want. Reliable energy, affordable energy, and clean energy.
Reliable, affordable, clean.
Got it.
And for ages, the, let's say, conventional wisdom has been, well, you can probably only get 2 out of 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like you want super reliable, 247 power. Okay, fire up the coal plants, maybe. But that's not clean.
Right.
Want it clean. Solar's great. But, well, what about nighttime or cloudy days? That hits reliability. And then trying to make it all affordable for absolutely everyone. That's often where, you get the nervous laughter and people pulling out budget spreadsheets. It's tough.
So it's this constant balancing act, but this isn't just some abstract problem for engineers, is it? How does it actually, hit us at home?
Oh, profoundly, in ways we probably don't even register most days. That phone you're holding took a ton of energy to make, takes energy to charge.
Yeah.
The food in your kitchen.
Grown using fuel, processed using electricity, shipped using more fuel.
Yeah.
Your job, hospitals, schools, even just kicking back for a Netflix night. Guilty.
It all runs on energy. Every single bit of modern life.
And the amount we use, especially somewhere like the U.S., is just, wow, I saw this number. The average American uses something like 11,000 watts continuously.
Continuously, yeah.
That's not just like my laptop and lights, right? That's everything.
It's your total slice of the pie. Transportation, heating, industry making, all the stuff we buy, everything. It's like imagine having 110 of those old 100-watt incandescent bulbs burning just for you all day, every day.
Makes my smart thermostat feel a bit less impressive all of a sudden.
Well, exactly. And then you get to the really crucial point, the equity question. Contrast that 11,000 watts here with, say, Nigeria.
Okay.
There, the average is closer to maybe 750 watts per person.
Huge difference. Massive. And this isn't just about, having fewer gadgets. It directly impacts economic chances, healthcare, education, everything. It really hammers home that idea. Energy isn't just physics. It's also about justice.
That's powerful. So, okay, if the old thinking is pick 2 corners of that triangle, reliable, affordable, clean, then our mission here in this deep dive is to see if we can, cheat the triangle.
Cheat the triangle. I like that. Yeah, can we actually hit all 3? Can we get reliable, affordable, and clean power all at the same time?
Because let's be honest, the solutions we hear about most solar panels, wind turbines, they're great, but maybe they solve a slightly different problem than the whole problem.
That's a really sharp way to put it. Look, the cost drops in solar and wind. Absolutely incredible. Batteries getting cheaper. Fantastic progress. Truly amazing tech achievement.
There's a but coming. I feel it.
There's a massive but. Solar panels, well, they only work when the sun's out. Wind turbines only spin when it's windy enough.
Right. Obvious when you say it.
But the mismatch between when that clean energy is available and when we actually need the power, that's still a fundamental, huge hurdle. Hospitals can't run only from 9 to 5 on sunny days.
No kidding.
Factories have shifts. You want to cook dinner when you get home, not just at lunchtime because it's sunny, relying only on those sources. By themselves. It's like having a car that only starts in the rain. Useful sometimes, but not truly reliable transportation.
Yeah, okay. And the typical answer you hear is, oh, just add batteries.
Yeah.
But that's not quite the simple fix either, is it? We're talking vast amounts of materials.
Astronomical amounts, lithium, cobalt, the mining required on a global scale to back everything up with today's battery tech. The environmental side, the ethical side, it's a major challenge, not really sustainable at that scale right now.
So if it's not just more solar or more batteries, what's the angle?
This is where it gets really interesting, I think. The idea of hybrid energy systems.
Hybrid. Like cars.
Sort of, but for the whole grid. Instead of betting everything on one horse, one type of renewable, what if we cleverly combine different sources?
Hmm?
Systems designed so each technology's strengths cover the other's weaknesses. Think about cooking. You wouldn't try to make a fancy multi-course meal using only a microwave, would you?
Huh. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Be pretty grim.
Right. You'd get a very sad, rubbery dinner. But sometimes our energy system planning feels a bit like we're trying to do just that, but for our whole society.
Okay, I see the analogy. So what are these other ingredients we need in the energy kitchen then, beyond just solar, wind, and maybe some batteries?
Well, one area that's often overlooked but has huge potential is biomass.
Biomass, like burning wood.
Not just wood, though that can be part of it sustainably. Think agricultural waste, stuff like rice husks, sugarcane residue,
Yeah.
leftovers.
That's stuff that's usually just thrown away.
Exactly, but here's the thing. That waste, it's basically stored solar energy. Plants captured sunlight, right? But the game-changing part is this. Unlike sunshine or wind, you can store this biomass, piles of it, and then you can convert it to energy precisely when the grid needs it.
Ah, so it's controllable.
It's dispatchable. That's the key term. We can turn it on or off, ramp it up or down based on demand. Solar and wind, on their own, just can't do that reliably. Biomass gives you that controllable, renewable power. It's a crucial piece for reliability.
Okay, dispatchable biomass from waste. That makes sense. What else?
Another big one, building on that idea of flexibility and storage, is hydrogen.
Ah, hydrogen, the fuel of the future. That's always just around the corner, right?
Yeah, it's had that reputation. But maybe we've been looking at it slightly the wrong way. Its real superpower might not just be for, say, cars or trucks.
Okay.
Its critical role could be energy storage and maybe even more importantly, as a chemical input for industry.
How does that work?
Okay, so picture this. It's noon, super sunny, solar panels are generating way more electricity than people are using right then.
Happens all the time in some places.
Right. So instead of just wasting that extra electricity or curtailing it, you use it to power an electrolyzer. That machine splits water, H2O, into hydrogen, H2, and oxygen, O2.
Okay, got it. Green hydrogen, they call it.
Exactly. If the electricity is renewable, now you've stored that solar energy chemically as hydrogen gas. Later, maybe evening comes, sun goes down, wind drops, but demand peaks.
Need that power back.
You take that stored hydrogen and convert it back to electricity, maybe using a fuel cell, maybe burning it in a modified gas turbine. Power on demand.
Like a big battery, but using hydrogen.
Kind of, but also, crucially, you can use that green hydrogen directly in industrial processes, making fertilizer, making steel, things that currently rely heavily on fossil fuels. Hydrogen can replace the fossil fuel input, decarbonizing sectors that are really hard to just electrify directly. That's potentially transformative.
That industrial angle is interesting. But isn't converting electricity to hydrogen and back? Isn't that inefficient? You lose energy, right?
You do, absolutely. There are energy losses in the conversion, maybe 30–40% round trip, sometimes more depending on the process. It's not perfect efficiency-wise.
So why do it?
Because sometimes pure efficiency isn't the only thing that matters. Sometimes reliability, having power when you need it, matters more. Or the ability to decarbonize something like steel production. That value might outweigh the efficiency loss.
Okay, trade-offs again. Reliability versus efficiency.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right balance for the specific need. Which brings us to what sounds like the really, really hard part.
Making it all work together.
Bingo. Coordinating all these different pieces, biomass, hydrogen, solar, wind, batteries, the existing grid. It's incredibly complex.
It's like conducting an orchestra?
Yeah, but imagine an orchestra where, like, the violins only play when they feel like it.
Huh.
The drums have a mind of their own. Maybe the brass section needs, 20 minutes notice before they can play a note.
That sounds like chaos.
It's basically what we're asking these hybrid systems to manage. The sun doesn't care about peak demand hours. The wind doesn't check the grid forecast. Biomass availability depends on harvest, not when you want to watch TV.
Right.
So getting these diverse, often intermittent or time-shifted sources to reliably deliver smooth, continuous power. It's like solving a jigsaw puzzle where the pieces keep changing shape while you're working on it.
So it's definitely not just an engineering problem now.
No, it's a massive controls challenge. How do you manage the flows in real time? It's an economics puzzle. How do you price everything fairly? It's even a social coordination thing, getting farmers, energy companies, grid operators all on the same page. It's all of that rolled into one.
And that really gets back to that core idea, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The future isn't just about making solar panels cheaper. That's happened. It's great. But the real frontier now is making the system reliable.
Fundamentally, that's the challenge. The sun won't shine on demand. The wind won't blow on command. That's the massive but we talked about earlier with standalone renewables. So this integration challenge, building these smart hybrid systems, that's the crucial next step, weaving it all together.
But this whole deep dive looking at hybrids, biomass, hydrogen,
Yeah.
it's not just technical jargon, right? The point is what it makes possible.
Absolutely. It's about the potential impact. It's about, villages getting reliable electricity for the very first time, powering clinics and schools.
Yeah.
It's about industries finding ways to become sustainable without going bankrupt. It's about challenging that old idea that the energy trilemma is some fixed law of nature we just have to accept.
Seeing it as a design challenge instead.
Exactly. A design challenge we are actively working on, with solutions starting to emerge and show real promise in pilot projects and early deployments.
So for everyone listening, what's the takeaway? What should you be thinking about?
Maybe just start by noticing. Become a bit more aware of your own energy use.
Pay attention.
Yeah. Pay attention when you flip that switch, when you hear machines hum to life around you, even when the lights flicker for a second. Start trying to see that invisible infrastructure we talked about at the start.
This is a system that makes so much of modern life possible.
Right. See it, and then maybe just let yourself wonder, how could we make this even better? How could we design it to meet all those needs, reliable, affordable, and clean for everyone?
A challenge for all of us to think about.